Good evening and welcome to the first week of the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup. This is the League of Legends tournament, and we are starting off with a really great game. I'm excited. Just looking at these players, seeing how excited they are in chat. This is going to be a good match. I can already tell. This is the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup, powered by Dick Ray Plumbing, Heating, Cooling of Overland Park. And we are super excited that there are companies and corporations all over the Kansas City area that are interested in not only playing in the Corporate Esports Cup, but also participating and sponsoring. So not only are we running Marvel Rivals, Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, Rocket League, and League of Legends, but we've got Henderson Engineers, Select Quote, Wellsky, and Casey Game On all sponsoring this weeks-long event that is going on, and it's super exciting, and it's very fun to see in the Kansas City area. So tonight is week 1 of the League of Legends tournament. Wellsky Fountain Divers versus the Select Quote Squadron. It's going to be a really interesting game. So we're trying something just a little bit new this week, or not new this season. We're using the new Fearless Draft rules, and one of the ways that we can do that, because we don't have the official Fearless Draft client that the professionals have, we have a website that we are going to be using. So hopefully that's going to work for us. I'm waiting for everybody to hit ready up on that Fearless Draft website. And as soon as we get into that, we'll get through those drafts and we can get these started. Hey everybody, welcome to the chat. I see Nuclear Churro, Blazing Raptor, Clout Shot, OzJ Official, Casey Game On is in the chat as well, Coolio. Everybody is ready for some League of Legends, some Fearless Draft. It's going to be a good time. If I could get these guys to start it up, let me see if I can get them going. If this doesn't work, we might just have to not do a Fearless Draft this week, or I guess we can just try to keep track of it. Oh, just kidding. It's already going. Okay, let me switch over to that. So we should be able to hit that button to switch us over, so you can now see the draft going on screen. So the Wellsky Fountain Divers have banned Smolder and Tom Kench already. I don't know about you guys, but I love some Tom Kench. So we won't be seeing him at all this series. He is banned. He's banned for the series. This is going to make these best of threes that much more interesting, because a lot of the players here in the corporate Esports Cup are not necessarily professional players, right? By any means. They don't necessarily sometimes have those massive champion pools that professionals playing in the LCS and other things might have. So this is going to be a real test of some people's champion pools. If you're a one trick playing in the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup, it might get a little bit tough for you. So we've got the bans, first round of bans fully out here. We've got Smolder, Tom Kench, and Fiddlesticks coming from the Wellsky Fountain Divers, and we've got Shen, Aurelia, and Lulu coming from Select Quote Squadron. Now, I am not the biggest in the know of the meta of the professional series going on. I still play quite a bit of League of Legends, but I am definitely not at a pro level myself either. So honestly, I'm guessing that these bans are probably pretty targeted. I don't see a lot of these champions in my games, so this is going to be really, really interesting to see. But I absolutely love to see that. Thresh locked in for Select Quote Squadron. One of my favorite champs of all time. So this is going to be super exciting to watch. I'm a support main, so we're probably going to be watching the bottom lane quite a bit. So Caitlyn, Thresh, extremely strong bot lane duo. And we've got Kaisa and Morgana coming out for Wellsky Fountain Divers. That Morgana, also one of those that I am very, very fond of as far as the supports go. So this is going to be a very exciting game for me to watch. Hopefully it's just as exciting for everybody else. So we're going to get a couple more picks. We've got the Anivia coming in for Wellsky, and we're going to get one more pick from Select Quote before we go back into bans. So are we going to see probably our mid pick here for Select Quote as well? Something that's going to counter Anivia at all? Interesting though, already we've got quite a bit of AP coming in from the side of Wellsky already. Kaisa being kind of a hybrid, but we're going to see the Aurelian Soul coming in from Select Quote and back to bans. This is super exciting to me. Unfortunately, I wish there was a way that we could speed this up a little bit, because even after we do this fearless draft from the website here, we are going to have to go back to the client and do the same thing, but they are going to be picking and banning the exact same champs. So hopefully it'll be a quick process as far as that goes, but then we will have that unfortunate 3-minute, the 3-minute spectator wait there. So we are going to have that, but there's not much that unfortunately we can do about that. We might be playing some ads, if an ad or something during that time, if I can figure out how to do it, or if maybe somebody else, maybe if Nick is around and he knows how to do it. Otherwise, it's going to be probably just a really boring conversation with me in the chat here, guys. So hopefully you are all very talkative during that 3-minute spectator break there. All right, so we've got the other bands are officially out: Darius and Shaco, as well as Nocturne and Gwen being banned out. We've got Wukong picked from the side of Select Quote, Jarvan from the side of Wellsky. So we are seeing a little bit. Ooh, this is exciting. And Mbessa from the side of Wellsky as well. Okay, so they've got a lot more of that AD coming in from their last two picks. Definitely going to be a close range, all in, dive in kind of composition. But man, I think you've got a really, really strong composition coming out of Select Quote as well, with the Wukong and Renekton here to round it out. Definitely a little bit more AD on that comp. All right, looks like they need to, somebody's got to restart their client really quick, so it is going to be a second. But do we got any predictions in the chat? Anybody with those teams picked? Who do we think is going to be coming out on top of this game? I think I can do a prediction through chat as well. How do I do that? Predictions? Where's predictions? Predictions. How do I start a prediction? Oh, here we go. Who will win? Is it going to be Wellsky, Fountain Divers, or is it going to be Select Quote Squadron? I got to make sure I spell it right. All right, so we're going to go with a 5-minute submission, just because we're going to have at least that 3-minute delay. So go ahead and cast your votes in that prediction here on Twitch. Who's going to win? Leaving the Kai'Sa open is crazy. Man, I haven't seen a lot of Kai'Sa being played, at least again in my lobbies recently. I don't know a ton about these players and these teams yet. I didn't do a ton of research on what they play, what they main. So this is going to be an exciting one for me too. Remember to follow us on also. Oh, I don't need to read stream elements in the chat. You guys can read that, I guess. Unless select quote is full of sweats, Wellsky is gonna steamroll coming from the nuclear churro. I don't want to cast or curse anything here, but I'm really kind of leaning towards. I like the select quote team comp a little bit better. If I was in a match and I saw these kinds of these team comps come up, I would prefer to be, I think, on the select quote side. But I think that the Wellsky, team comp has it figured out. I think they know what their comp is. They know what they're wanting to do. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. We've got some votes for Wellsky. We had some votes in chat for select quote, but I don't see them voting in the actual poll. This is also impeccable timing. I just got the little beep in my ear saying that my headset is low on battery. So give me 1 second to grab a cable for that, since we're waiting on. We're waiting on. Oh, okay. Sounds like we're ready to go in the client. So let me. Let me see. I did not have I should be able to do a window capture for the client, right? Can I do the league client? There we go. All right, give me 1 second. All right, so now that we're in the client, hopefully they're going to be starting this matchup. Oh my gosh, I'm the host. I'm sorry, guys. I was the host. All right, we are into the official picks and bans. We already know what these are going to be. So we're gonna let them kind of play out for a second. I'm gonna go grab the my cable here really quick. All right, so chances are you can't hear it yet, but that's fine. I promise it's fixed once we actually get into the game. You'll be able to hear it. All right. I got power. Hopefully. Okay, I think my headset actually might have turned off. It sure did. All right. All right. So if I had to take a wild guess, I think we're going to see a first pick Kai'Sa. If I had to take a wild guess. There it is. There it is. Select quote fans can't vote because they are broke with no channel points. Oh no. It's actually getting very close. We got 270 points for Wellsky, and we've got 200 for select quote Squadron. The Homs guy's pretty confident that select quote is going to win, though, no matter how many channel points they have. So we'll see how this goes. All right, did anybody figure out how to give you guys ads? Because we're about to head into our 3-minute spectator waiting period. I also want to run the ads because then hopefully that means that more people, when they come in, they don't get the ads right away, right? Is that how it works? Oh, I don't think I can run an ad because I'm in mod view. No ad. I think Nick, if you are still around, as soon as we hit these, if you want to, honestly, at this point, you can probably run an ad whenever. We are not getting any new information so far. Everybody is locking in their picks and is ready to go. Hold on. I've got a little person behind me. All right. We've got 40 seconds to go before we get to the 3-minute delay. Kaisa, Morgana, Jarvan, Ambessa, and Anivia for the side of Wellsky. Fountain Divers, Aurelian Soul, Thresh, Wukong, Renekton, and Caitlyn on the side of Select Quote Squadron. Who is going to come up on top? Who is going to send us into... who is going to be at match point when we go into game number 2? Looking at the prediction, we had some last-minute Wellsky donations. Wellsky Fountain Divers are officially at 76% of the poll, with Select Quote Squadron at 24%. So the chat is definitely with Wellsky tonight. But as we head into the official spectator delay, I know that Nick is going to be playing a couple of ads for us, hopefully. If you don't want to see the ads and you just want to stare at me for another 3 minutes, you can feel free to drop a Prime subscription or a regular subscription to the Casey Game on Twitch channel. That will get you no ads on this channel. Whether you're watching League of Legends, Rocket League, Marvel Rivals, Super Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, whatever we might be streaming, you won't be getting ads on the channel, and it helps support us. As a not-for-profit organization, Casey Game On, we don't make any money from this, from these kinds of things. Any of that money that you donate, anything that comes in through subscriptions, through a Prime subscription, is going directly to the organization, making these events, making our LAN parties that much better. So we appreciate any and all of that. But also, we really, really want to appreciate our sponsors as well. If you're not currently in an ad, you're going to get an ad from me. We do want to thank our presenting sponsor, Dick Ray Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. They've been an amazing company to work with so far, and they are proudly presenting the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup. We've also got companies like Henderson Engineers, Select Quote, Wellsky are both sponsors of the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup. So you'll be seeing their logos swirling all over the stream at the bottom here now. It'll be all over the screen when we're actually in game. So make sure that you support those companies. Tell them how much you enjoy being able to participate, that you enjoy watching their companies participate in the Corporate Esports Cup, as well as a huge thank you to Casey Game On, especially Nick the Nerd, who is making all of this possible. Casey Game On has been an amazing organization that's been running for well over 20 years at this point. We are in the absolute heat of planning. Our 100th LAN party event is going to be later this year, so make sure that you stick around in the Discord server. You have notifications on, you have whatever it takes on all of the Casey Game On social media to make sure that you are in on that event, because I hear that Nick is making it a really big, really great event. So, all right, that is my that was my advertisement. If you didn't get an ad from Twitch, I do want to thank though. Is that Black Laser, BLK LZR, for subscribing with that Prime sub. We appreciate that. Again, that revenue just by clicking that button and using that Prime sub on this channel. If you haven't used it somewhere else already, that's going directly to making the next LAN party better. It's going directly to making this entire event better. So as our spectator delay has finished, I'm going to switch scenes. And hopefully everything continues working correctly for me. Yes, you are seeing a black screen, which is exactly what I'm seeing right now. So don't be alarmed at that. This is the League of Legends client doing its best. Well, my client, my window is still black. I don't know if all the players are in, but mine's still not doing great. I promise. I went into a practice round before this, and this didn't happen. So I hope that I can rejoin if I close out of this. Okay, I'm gonna try that real quick. Hopefully it's just me and not everybody else. Technical difficulties, everybody. Please bear with me. Oh. There we go. Can you see it? Nope. Okay, hopefully I am able to get back into that match. Hold on. One moment, everybody. I guess I can move it back over here so at least we can see what the draft looked like. I am currently starting League of Legends back up. Hopefully it gives me the reconnect button. My client is not having a good time. What happened? It says I'm spectating. Huh. Well, this is not ideal. Let me try opening that one more time. Apologies, everybody. Apologies. Not sure what's going on. Week 1 bugs. Well, hopefully this is only a week 1 thing. Okay. My client was back to normal, and then it is not anymore. Well, this is really unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I can't click there where the play button usually is. And unfortunately, restarting the client is about all I can do. I appreciate all the Fs. Definitely makes me feel better. But I can report a bug, but I don't think that's going to help us right now. Yes, client has been killed. Let me just run back into task manager here. I didn't kill the riot client. I only got rid of the league client. So let me try that. We'll try getting rid of the riot client as well. Give that just a second. Let's see what happens when I open it back up now. Unfortunately, you all are seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, and I don't have a play button. So I can't even play a game of League of Legends to like keep you guys entertained until this match is done. I am officially spectating the game. And that's it. All right, well, we definitely, I think, found a bug. And I'm going to leave this client up until their game is done. And hopefully it comes back. And hopefully we'll be able to get into the second game. Apologies, everybody. But if you could, I would really appreciate it if you stuck around. Nick is going to play ads for the next 30 minutes. Ooh, I hear that Wellsky has a live stream going. If I want to pop into that. At least we'd be able to see something, which is definitely better than nothing, right? Right? Oh, it's in Discord. Okay. Let me go find that. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, okay. Okay, so what I'm hearing is it's not a delayed version, but somebody is live streaming it in Discord. So there wouldn't be a delay on it. I don't know how that affects the integrity of the game. I don't know if we want to do that or not. One second, everybody. I am confirming with management here. All right, let's swap over to that. And let me do a window capture. Give me 1 second. All right. And then I just got to get audio capture. Hold on 1 second. That did not seem to help. All right, there you go. You should be able to hear now. Let me know how audio is on that. All right. Hope that is, everybody can hear that now, and we've got audio. Hopefully it should be good. Let me know if it's not. Let's try to figure out what's going on here. Unfortunately, I cannot swap around or do anything with the... I can't do anything with the overlay here, where we're sitting now. I can't change where we're watching, who we're watching, anything like that. But we do have 5 kills on the side of Wellsky, Fountain Divers, and 7 on the side of Select Quote Squadron. I wish I could push the tab button and show you who had those kills, but right now we are going to focus on the Wellsky jungle pathing here. And I promise in the next game, this will be a much better process. All right, we can see another gank attempt top. It looks like Renekton has been winning the top lane matchup here pretty darn well. As you can see, he is having 0 issues sitting at the inner turret here, at the second turret of Wellsky on the top lane. Not scared at all that both the jungler and the top laner are here at the same time. He is he's enjoying this 2v1 matchup, it seems. That is not going to deter Wellsky, though. They are going to continue moving around and luckily not die from that ignite. That was very, very close. But we do have a fight breaking out in the bottom lane. And Wukong is going to go down. But it looks like the rest of the bot lane is going to be able to disengage before Anivia gets there. So that brings the score 6-7. If you are of the middle school age, you'll enjoy that. For the rest of us, we'll let out a collective sigh. All right, Renekton is going to ult, and this is going to be the fight in the top lane again, but it is finished before Mbessa can even get there. Jarvan goes down to Renekton, and that Renekton is going to just get even bigger and bigger. 6 of the 8 kills on Select Quote Squadron are to Renekton as of the moment. That's a lot of kills. That's a lot of kills to give a Renekton at 15 minutes in. I would love to show you Kaisa. At this moment in time, I am not controlling the screen. I would love nothing more than to be watching this bottom lane matchup. Two of my favorite supports are playing at the moment. But this is unfortunately not the live spectator client that we should be using. So we are watching Gamma Shadow as he is jungling as the Jarvan. Clearing some wards out, always helpful. Definitely a task that I love doing. I love killing me a ward. Ooh, looks like Select Quote Squadron has claimed the Rift Herald for themselves to attempt to solidify this lead that they've got. But it looks like Wellsky is trying to get something a little sneaky going on here. They are ready for that Aurelion Soul, and they're going to jump on him before he has any idea what's going on. And that, if anything, is going to probably secure this dragon. 4 on the dragon, and immediately it's going to go down. The rest of Select Quote is going to get caught, though, by the Morgana. Jarvan jumping in with that ultimate is going to try to take out the Caitlyn, but he doesn't have any help getting there. Caitlyn is finally going to go down once Kaisa comes over and finishes that kill. We've still got a couple of Wellsky members up in the jungle, but we've got Anivia is almost going to be able to get out. Renekton is on the way, though. Jarvan coming in to try to save Anivia, but Anivia turns around and Wukong is going to be right there, going to force the flash. And Renekton is going to turn around. But Jarvan getting aggressive is going in and doesn't expect, for some reason, the power from the Renekton. And they are going to get both of those kills in the end. Wellsky may have got the dragon, but they did not win the battle there. All right, another tower goes down to Select Quote, and we're going to see another fight. The Ignite goes on to Morgana, and a manly man's man on Renekton officially has 8 kills. 8 kills and 3 assists. That is a 100% that is 100% kill participation from the Renekton in the top lane. After seeing this game, I don't want anybody to ever say that that top lane is on an island when you have 100% kill participation as a top laner. That is something to be proud of right there. We're getting some pushing in on the bot lane. It looks like that is a lot closer of a matchup at the moment. And this is one of those things that that can actually really turn a game around. It might feel really bad, but we are going to see some action down in the bot lane. Rift Herald dropped, Aurelion Soul jumping in, Anivia teleporting down, and Morgana is going to go down on the side of Wellsky. Renekton is pushing in the top lane, and it is looking worse and worse for Wellsky at the moment. But what I was saying before is this is one of those things that can be a little bit deceiving early on in a game when one player just dominates their lane. If they can come together and get a couple of kills down on that, just like Kaisa did right there, if they can shut down that Renekton, if they can get that gold back to their team on their carries, all of a sudden, if Kaisa is doing pretty well and she can all of a sudden match the Renekton, we've got a lot closer game at that point. The score is now 10-14 in the favor of Select Quote Squadron. I wish I could pull up the gold graph and some of the other things, but we've got another fight, and Aurelion Soul flashes out barely in time. Jarvan's going to get stuck for just a second, but doesn't take nearly as much damage from the tower as I thought he was going to. That W coming in very handy. We've got everybody coming to the bottom lane now, though. Wukong trying to get to the Anivia, going to use his ultimate, is going to secure the kill. Jarvan, though, trying to ult in, not being able to get much done other than the damage on Wukong from his ultimate. Looks like we've still got a lot of tension down here in this bottom lane. 1 minute before Dragon respawns. This is definitely something that can happen, especially when Select Quote really wants to get that bottom turret down, get that extra gold, get that extra just coverage of the map that they don't have to worry about anymore. And again, right before Dragon is always a good lane to be pushing. Jarvan making his way back to that, around to that Dragon area, the bot lane, making sure he's not seen. Thresh getting really close, but I think he was just going up to ward. Not going to put a ward in the tri-bush, though. Is going to take out a ward of his own, put down some more vision as that impending 20 seconds before Dragon. The tensions are rising. And Renekton probably backed at this point, since he did not have his teleport, since it was just used. Early flash coming in from Morgana. Not great to see, but Morgana did get out safely. But that's an important flash. Not maybe this early in the game. I don't know if Morgana has Zhonya's yet. But they are immediately starting that Dragon. It is almost down already. Wukong is going to smite it. Jarvan is going in. Everybody is jumping in. We've got a full team fight here. And Jarvan going to get the kill onto Wukong. He did secure the Dragon already. Oh, the Morgana Black Shield coming in clutch. Renekton gets there just barely too late. We're going to see a 4v1 with the Renekton, and his team following very close behind are going to get the kill on Morgana. So Dragon going over to Select Quote, and a 1-for-1 trade so far when it comes to kills. But we are going to see probably Select Quote grabbing that middle turret, as well as Caitlyn getting the bottom turret. So they are going to probably they're going to get at least one. Oh man, the damage coming out from Jarvan on that Aurelion Soul, though. That was a lot of damage coming out. That was a lot of damage. You still have to respect that when you are one of the squishy players. You still have to respect that kind of damage coming out. So Wellsky get the extended 2-for-1 kills. But we're going to reset, and I imagine we're going to see some action around Baron here pretty quick. Wukong in the topside jungle of Wellsky, though. And Bessa saw that, and Jarvan is on his way. I think, though, Wukong is pretty darn slippery, so he is probably going to be able to get out before Jarvan gets there. All right, now that some turrets are down, we're going to see the swap to Anivia on the bottom lane, and Kai'Sa and Morgana into the mid lane, and we're getting some. We're definitely seeing everybody around the Baron pit already. I don't know if we're going to see anybody trying to start Baron at this moment, but that is definitely the next objective at this moment. Lots of sweepers coming out. Oh, Jarvan might. Ooh, that was getting close. Thresh was coming up. Select Quote is making the push here, both top and mid lane. This 1-4 split is really, really tough for Wellsky to take care of right now, just because Renekton has been so strong this whole game. So they trade the middle turret for the outer on the bottom side. So at least Anivia did get some gold down, but kind of handed it back to Select Quote, because they were able to just grab that middle turret back. Renekton does also secure that top turret. Now that inhibitor is open and ready to be taken. I imagine that is one misplay away, and we're going to see an inhibitor down. But we're going to see a reset, it looks like, from both teams now, as we used quite a bit of our resources trying to get vision around that Baron pit. But now again, we are officially in dragon range again. 1 minute and 15 until we see the next dragon. Renekton on the bottom lane. He's going to keep pushing this one until dragon is up, I imagine. Wellsky is going to have to answer that. Looks like we're seeing... Ooh, Wellsky does grab the Scuttle Crab, which is a very, very helpful thing to have when dragon officially comes up. Somebody's going to have to answer that Renekton in the bottom lane. And so far, when Wellsky splits up to take on Renekton in one side and the rest of the team in the other, it hasn't gone super well for them. Renekton is very strong, already level 18, but they're going in on him. Renekton is almost immediately going to take down Morgana, but she gets the Zhonya's off, and Jarvan very, very too close to being dead. And that is going to be the kill on Kai'Sa as well. And Bessa is pushing in the top lane, but this is going to be a free dragon for Select Quote. And Bessa did get a tower. Renekton is just going to continue pushing in the bottom lane. So we're going to see that continued push while Wukong and Caitlyn grab the dragon. I think that's their third dragon. So that sets us up for Soul on... Yes, that sets us up for Soul on the next dragon. We got some early dragons. That's already 5 dragons. So now, here we go again. The posturing around Baron. We're going to... but at this point, is anybody going to be daring enough to start that Baron? There is absolutely zero vision on Baron at the moment. But we're going to get a couple wards down and probably a couple wards swept and taken out. Jarvan getting very close to that Thresh. As Renekton continues to be a nuisance in the bottom lane. Good thing is you've got that Anivia susceptible to some dives if Anivia has the egg up. Also very, very, very good at wave clearing. Something that Renekton doesn't really want to be fighting under tower, taking tower shots, but Anivia is able to make it really... Oh no, Jarvan getting caught by the trap. And the hook comes out. Black Shield is there, but the hook doesn't connect anyways. Lots of posturing around Baron. But Renekton does finally get that bottom turret. Wellsky with 2 turrets now in front of their 2 inhibitors. 1 exposed. And it looks like Renekton is just going to stay in that bottom lane. Renekton's teleport is most likely up at this moment. Which wouldn't surprise me then if he was planning on sticking in the bottom lane to be able to teleport to a Baron or a Dragon Soul. They're okay with either of those at this moment. All right. Renekton is back in the top lane, and that is what we need to watch right there. Renekton is going to be one of those players in the game that is going to make or break a team fight. Is going to be the one to be able to pick somebody off and really just start a rampage. Ooh, stopped the back on Jarvan there. But it looks like Squadron is collapsing on the Baron. They do have vision on it. Wellsky has vision. Renekton is going to run distraction. They have vision on it. Okay, it's well over half down already. It looks like, oh no, the Anivia is coming in. Renekton does get the 1v2 kill on Mbessa and Kaisa. Squadron get the Baron, get the kill on Morgana, flashes for the kill on Jarvan. Anivia is the only champion left for Wellsky. But with the Baron, that makes this a very, very difficult fight for them. Renekton does not have any minions, but he's planning on just walking right in and taking this Nexus out. Or not the Nexus yet. Not quite yet. The inhibitor. Taking the inhibitor out. Going to attempt to stop him. Anivia is here, but I think Anivia needs to back up a little bit. Because that inhibitor is going down, and Renekton is jumping on the Anivia, and there is nothing that Anivia can do. Is going to pop the egg and probably not going to get the kill, but that is another very, very important passive that is now gone. We're going to see some very heavy pushing on the mid tower as well. But with 10 seconds left until Dragon Soul, I think Squadron is very happy with that push that they got going on. They've got super minions now coming in the top lane. Dragon is spawned. There is absolutely zero vision from Wellsky. Thresh not even in the pit. Oh, it is already in place, and Renekton is coming over. I knew it was Renekton without even seeing who it was. Somebody was ballsy enough to take the portal over. Immediately gets the kill on Morgana as well as Anivia. Jarvan going in and going to try to do what he can do, but with a triple kill coming in from Renekton and Wukong getting a kill as well. Only Jarvan remains on Wellsky at the moment, but not for long. He is able to flash out. Probably not going to get out. Not going to get out. And if I have to call a game, I think that is about where you can probably call a game. 2 inhibitors down, and officially 3 inhibitors down, and they are going to have enough time to go and finish this game out. Congratulations to Select Quote Squadron for winning the first game of Week 1 of the League of Legends Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup. Welcome to League of Legends. All right, everybody, I apologize very much for the technical difficulties. I'm going to do my best to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Let me grab the new tournament code. Let me go find it. All right. All right, we'll jump back in. And we should be able to get the draft right back to where it was. So now, the Renekton is no longer in play. Wellsky does not have to worry about the Renekton now. So, are we going to see another just insanely strong one-sided top lane matchup? Are we going to see some swaps around? Is the Renekton going to be out? Is that a one-trick Renekton in the top lane that is going to have troubles playing anything else? Game number 2 is going to show us that. I'm going to let them know. Usually people take a couple minute break They're trying to figure out, okay, what happened in the last game? What do we need to do in the next game? That's the discussions that are going on. Again, this is one of those rules that Nick can probably clarify for me. Either swapping or loser gets to choose. If somebody wants to confirm, are they swapping sides? They are either going to be swapping sides. I'm not sure if they swap sides or if loser gets to choose what. Loser gets to choose. Okay. All right, the official judgment call. And it looks like Select Quote has decided to go red side again. So we don't have to switch. Wait, just kidding. Yeah, they have selected to stay on the red side. I'm not sure. Okay, who's who here? I'm a little bit lost when they don't have. Oh, I think. Okay. All right, we're jumping into draft. The teams have switched sides, and they are getting ready to start the draft. I need to minimize that so you guys can see. Here's what the draft looked like in the last game. And as soon as this draft starts up. All right. We are going to get into game number 2 of this exciting first week matchup. All right, I'm gonna get out of their call too. Not that I could hear it. Oh. All right. Oh, okay. Looks like bans do not stick in fearless mode. Now I know. Only the picks get completely banned. So we are going to see again a Shen, Jinx, and Lulu ban from the side of Select Quote. And we're going to see a Smolder, Mundo, and a Viego ban from Wellsky. So the only champions that are not playable again this match are the champions that were played in the last game. So we're going to see a very quick Lux lock-in from Select Quote Squadron. Always fun. I feel like a safe pick. Lux is just a very all-around good pick, I feel. Almost always strong. Almost always one of those that's always a decent pick. And I think if you're going to first pick, I think is, again, another safe one, especially because it can be flexed. If need be, we can go support Lux. We can go Lux mid. And we're going to see a Xin and Ashe locked in on the side of Wellsky. Also some really fun dive-in playmaking champs. And the Tristana lock-in from the side of Select Quote. This is going to be, I have a feeling, another very explosive game. We're going to see some stuns, some dives in, and we're gonna get some people fighting in this game. This is going to be fun. And the brand lock-in coming in for the side of Select Quote. Probably the only other champion that I'm more excited to see than Thresh at the moment would be the brand. Brand is the champion that I have been absolutely maining right now. Completely broken. I have like a 75% win rate on him. Insane champion right now. Very, very, very good. And I'm excited to see this. I don't want to call it right now, but Select Quote might be 2-0ing this series. Speaking of this series, let me go and finish the prediction that we had. Choose the outcome. We had Select Quote Squadron with a 24% chat prediction. Did come out on top. Congratulations to the chat members that voted for Select Quote. You'll be receiving your channel points shortly. And we'll start up another prediction. This is going to be for game number 2. I'm going to put it at 10 minutes at the moment. Who will win? And we've got Wellsky. I'm just going to put Wellsky and Select Quote, so I don't have to type as much. All right, new prediction. New prediction is there. You might want to wait until all of the picks and bans have been put out there. That's the other reason I gave you 10 minutes on that poll. So it's going to be out there for a while. We had the Nami locked in on the side of Wellsky, and then we've got the Shaco, Darius, Pantheon, and Wei bans coming out as well. So very interesting. I really like the Pantheon ban as well. That kind of feels like a natural progression from a Renekton to be able to jump onto Pantheon. Looks like Wellsky had a Nun pick, missed their pick. They put in chat that they will be playing LeBlanc. So that Nun pick is actually LeBlanc coming in from Wellsky. And we've got Rammus and Aurelia locked in for the side of Select Quote. Yeah, if you want to jump in kind of comp, this is scary. That's scary. Tristana, Aurelia, Rammus, all coming in with a bunch of stuns, slows, and then a Lux ult on top of you. That's pretty scary. But we've got a pretty solid answer coming in from Wellsky, I think. We've got the Xin, Ashe, and Nami in the bottom lane, LeBlanc in the mid lane, and it looks like Malphite is going to be locked in, I assume. I don't see it 100% locked in, but it looks like they're ready to go. It's going to be a Malphite in, I assume, the top lane. All right, that was our Fearless draft, and we are going to get that draft all over again. Thank you for bearing with us as we don't have the same types of luxury local servers that the professionals have to play on. But I do want to take a moment while we have this time to thank again our sponsors. Most importantly, the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup is brought to you this year. The 2026 season is brought to you by Dick Ray Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. If you need any help with any of those couple of things, definitely give him a call. Thank you so much for believing in Casey Game On, for putting your money where you believe the community is. We've been running this service for Kansas City for a couple of years now, and we really appreciate the support from other local businesses. So definitely go out and support them as well. Thank you so much, Dick Ray Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We also have other sponsors for this event. You can see their logos. rotating on screen at all times. Henderson Engineers, Select Quote, Wellsky are all amazing local companies that definitely deserve our support as well. And we've got Casey Game On is another amazing organization that puts these on so that everybody can enjoy. Casey Game On is all about bringing gaming to the people, bringing it to the community, and what better way than having these community tournaments and sessions like this. So, absolutely fantastic. The chat is going great so far. We've only got, it looks like, one prediction so far with the picks and bans locked in at this point. Feel free to make your predictions. Don't forget to do that. You've still got a couple of minutes, but make your predictions. Use those channel points and let us know who you think is going to win. Wellsky, Fountain Divers, or the Select Quote Squadron. We've got lots of W's in the chat. Hopefully that means that the client is going to is going to work for me this time. Thank you, Stream Elements, for not giving us a W word, but as well reminding me that that everybody in this chat can not only support our sponsors, but you can support Casey Game On directly by using your Prime subscription, just subscribing normally through Twitch here, and that money goes directly into making these events possible, goes directly into making, bringing more gaming to Kansas City. So we appreciate you. All right, we are about to head into our 3-minute spectator delay. Hopefully Nick is still around and is able to run some advertisements for me, because I did see one Prime subscription earlier, but I have not seen most of you guys drop your Prime subs. So you guys get to watch ads and support Casey Game On. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. To anybody else that is subscribed, has Turbo, or has a Prime subscription or anything along those lines, we appreciate your patronage and your watching hours as well. So these are definitely things that help support Casey Game On. And we've got another Prime sub coming in from TLU22. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. That is extra dollars that are going to supporting gaming in Kansas City. That is what you are supporting when you drop that Prime sub. And TLU22 is here to support Select Quote. Make sure you drop your predictions up at the top of chat. We've got 20 channel points going to the Wellsky vote at the moment, and 0 going to Wellsky. To Select Quote. So Wellsky is definitely winning the chat prediction again, but that's what happened last time. Wellsky had the chat prediction by a very large margin, and they weren't able to deliver on that prediction. So we'll see what happens in game number 2 of week 1 of the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup 2026 season. Wellsky versus Select Quote Squadron. We still have 1 minute and 15 seconds of this spectator delay. I was hoping it was going to be closer to ending than that. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about? Any favorite champions here? If as long as the spectator client works, we're gonna put some time in on the bot lane this game, because Brand Tristana is extremely aggressive. That is a snowballing lane if I've ever seen one. But the top lane matchup is also going to be very, very important in this this match as well. As you saw the snowball effect in full force in the last game, Renekton was a very, very was a force to be reckoned with in the last game. And if a manly man's man, I think that was the player's name, is as snowbally as last game, that's gonna make some big waves going forward. And Malphite is definitely one of those champions that can deal a lot of damage if that's what you're going for. Okay. And we have a game. I have to remember what's my button to... There we go. To make the scoreboard come up.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
We have... Oops. I'm in there. Let me move my
Minions have spawned.
logos around just a little bit because apparently everything is different. Then I'm gonna put it up here. Everything is different from the practice tool, so we're gonna move things around a little bit. Let's do this. Okay. All right, let's get into it. So we've got, I don't know if they saw each other. I wasn't watching. I wasn't paying attention. Do they know each other? They might know that each other are there. Do have the ward coming out in the bottom lane. We've got Xin starting on his blue. And we've got Rammus starting on red. Oh, not starting on red. Starting with Raptors. Both starting on the bottom side, though. So this could be interesting. We might see those junglers... really getting at each other. And I completely missed it up until this moment. Brand is playing in the middle lane and Lux is in the bottom lane as the support. A little bit disappointing because I'm a support main and I love Brand. But Brand is that strong right now where he can play in the mid lane. But we're getting a ton of damage down from LeBlanc, forcing that flash out of Brand. Brand is gonna take some time to heal up. That was rough. All right, let me. Okay, so that is those 4 or 5 buttons are. Oh, I also need to switch around the names of everybody. Give me 1 second so I can get you the right names here. Wellsky Fountain Divers. And then blue team is now Select Quote Squadron with Select Quote having 1 point. 1 match. All right. Now that the overlay is correct, let's see how everybody's doing. Whoops. Definitely have some action going on all over. Everybody's being aggressive. We're gonna see a flash, but Jaywalk is gonna go back in so that Xin can jump in and get first blood on the Malphite. A manly man's man is not going to be snowballing quite the way that they did in the first game. Rammus coming into the mid lane, but not able to get much down. We're going back to the bottom lane because lots of damage being done to Lux. Bubble coming out, but not able to connect. We are going to get the teleport out of Malphite in the top lane. So right back to bullying up there. We've already got lots of action. The Rammus being that much quicker to get around the map could be very, very helpful for Select Quote this game. Wait. I just switched that around and yeah, I apologize. Select Quote. Down 0-1 right now in kills. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna move this scoreboard I got down. Is that taking up too much of the screen? All right, we've got a fight, and Aurelia is not scared as of yet, but running away from the Malphite. Is going to get a little bit of that taunting into the Malphite. Ooh, the ult coming out, forcing the flash, dealing some damage. Aurelia is feeling very confident. Aurelia is feeling very confident that Malphite doesn't have anything else. LeBlanc going in. Everybody's finally level 6. We're getting some ults out, and it looks like Brand is going to be going down. We also had Malphite taking the Aurelia out. Aurelia with 2 deaths now. Wellsky definitely putting up the numbers here at the beginning. Unfortunately, Malphite is about maxed out. Mana is gone, and Rammus is getting really close. Rammus just doing some distracting. Surely, if the jungler is up in the top lane, you can take Dragon. So, we've got the Infernal Drake going over to Wellsky here at 6 minutes into the game. Everybody's going to reset now. Wellsky definitely taking an early lead with the Dragon and 3-0 kills at the moment. Julio praising the LeBlanc in chat. Is that paranoia? With the shout out to Wellsky. Appreciate everybody being here for these games. Aurelia, after even after 2 deaths, feeling very confident, very pushed up. Is very much just pushing and pushing. Brand, they're doing a lot of damage to LeBlanc. We've got a bubble connecting. We've got some damage going out in the bot lane here. And Aurelia going in again on the Malphite. But Malphite doing a lot of damage. The Ignite coming out, though. Malphite has to ult away to not take another auto attack. That was quite a bit of damage coming out. Everybody resetting though. Aurelia getting some damage down on those on that top tower. And the Void Grubs have spawned. We've got the Rammus on the Void Grubs, taking them out instantly. But we do also have Xin Zhao, and the arrow comes out from Ashe. Lots of damage going down onto this bot lane for Select Quote. Ashe gets her first kill, and Xin goes in. So we did get, Select Quote did get the Void Grubs, but unfortunately they lost 2. 5-0 is the score now. And Wellsky is definitely taking their lead here. Almost 2,000 gold lead already here at 9 minutes into the game. And I think Aurelia knows that he's there. Yep, going right in to see what Aurelia can get done for against Jaywalker. But Malphite is starting to get tanky. He's already got those boots. He's already got the bramble vest. This is going to be really hard for Aurelia to do much at this point. He's not going to be able to do nearly as much damage at this point. And we've got lots going on in the mid lane. LeBlanc is going to be taking Brand out, and we're going to get another gank to the Aurelia. Wellsky said, "Who's your best player?" We are not letting them get anything this game. Aurelia with 3 deaths now. And that is 0-7 in favor of Wellsky. I think Aurelia is getting a little bit nervous at this point. Again, realizing that Malphite is prioritizing that armor is making it really hard to 1v1, let alone 2v1. Bubble coming out and landing on the Lux. Ashe is gonna get an arrow out, but doesn't want to commit to that.
Banish the shadows.
I might need to figure out how to turn on timers in the spectate mode because I don't think I have any timers on. Anybody know how to turn timers on? I have timers on in my game, but apparently they're not on here. Dragon is back up though. And it looks like we've got both junglers down here, but Rammus is going into the bot lane. Xin is coming shortly after. Nami's gonna ult, but Ashe is going down before Xin can get there. Everything coming out right now, and Xin is about only able to just stop some of that damage. But he's gonna jump in and almost get the Lux before being taunted by Rammus again. Bubble does hit the Rammus. Lots of damage coming out from the Tristana though. You shouldn't be attacking the Rammus. You should be attacking everybody else at this point. But LeBlanc is going to come in, get 1 kill. The arrow's going to land on the Tristana. The bubble. Tristana is just stunned for days, but is going to be able to flash out. Brand has finally had enough time to make it here, but we're going to finally see Select Quote does get on the board with 1 kill, but it is matched. We are 1-9 kills, and Wellsky is making their way to Dragon. They're going to start it up, and Select Quote does not have any vision on it. They are by themselves down here. That is a free Dragon from their side. We're going to see this this fight. Ooh, Rammus almost got there in time, but he got there just at the wrong time. Now they needed a new target to focus. Wellsky is able to grab that kill against Rammus as well. Brand is forced to flash away as 4 members of Wellsky come charging after him. That is the second Dragon going in favor of Wellsky. LeBlanc is going to commit to landing that stun on Brand. Does a lot of damage, but not able to commit fully for the kill. And we're going to see a little bit of resetting now here. Although we're going to see a bubble land on Lux, but I don't think we're going to get much outside of that. LeBlanc getting some damage on that middle turret. But we are going to get the teleport out of Brand to finish that off. LeBlanc is pinging towards the top, coming in. Gonna force the flash, but we're gonna get the ultimate and the stun. And Aurelia is going to take their 5th death of the game. A manly man's man. A manly man's man is not snowballing quite as hard as they did on the Renekton. And I think this might be the case of what we were talking about before with the Fearless Draft mode. If you're a one-trick, you cannot play your same champion multiple times. My guess, though, is that if this wasn't Fearless Draft, that Wellsky probably would have banned the Renekton anyways. But LeBlanc going in, getting the solo kill against Brand, and both Xin and LeBlanc are moving down to the bot lane. The pings are coming in, and Rammus is ready to go, but the rest of the bot lane is still retreating. The arrow comes out. Oh my gosh, the CC for days. Luckily, Rammus is tanky enough that he's able to flash out to safety. That was a lot committed, but unfortunately, Select Quote is not able to really get anything else anywhere across the board. We are seeing now not only a kill discrepancy up in the top lane, but Malphite has officially overtaken Aurelia in the CS department as well. Definitely not going the same way that Aurelia wanted this game to go. Definitely favoring Select Quote or Wellsky at the moment. 12-1 in kills, and almost 4,000 gold different. Enough gold difference that bounty objectives are on, but we do have Rammus coming up for the gank. Can Malphite 2v1? He's gonna get taunted, and we're gonna see Xin jump in just in time to save the Malphite. Aurelia goes down. Rammus is super tanky. I don't think Xin is gonna go in, but he is going to turn around onto Brand and get the kill there, but Brand does get the after death cleanup kill onto Malphite. Is gonna get a little bit of extra gold for that shutdown. Ooh, Bubble's gonna land on Lux. That's gonna be some damage, but Ashe still not gonna commit. Still not gonna commit to that bubble. Nami definitely taking those bubbles and landing most of them. Definitely making the most out of that. LeBlanc is gonna grab that middle turret. We're gonna see a teleport come in from Lux, but the bot lane from Wellsky is gonna be out in time. I'm guessing that Dragon is coming up here shortly. Gonna have to figure out how to turn those timers back on, because we're seeing Rammus come down going to try to gank in the bottom lane, but the bubble was right there. If he kept going, he was gonna get hit. We're gonna see that stun on Aurelia from LeBlanc again. The ignite going in, and Malphite is gonna not only get the assist, but going to get the cleanup kill there. What a nice LeBlanc to give that kill over to the Malphite. But we've got enough kills on the LeBlanc already. 6 kills. I think they can share with Malphite. Select Quote though is on the Dragon before Wellsky can even think about it. Completely free Dragon, and it looks like Wellsky is just happy to give it to him. Just happy to give it to them. They did not, other than what it looks like going to be the second turret in the middle, they are going to get using that Rift Herald. But Rammus coming in from the back, doing a lot of damage to Xin, is gonna go down, and now everybody looks like Wellsky is not in a good position. Rammus coming in, super tanky. Brand is coming in to deal some damage, and we're gonna get LeBlanc and Malphite shutdowns, and all of a sudden, Select Quote is coming back. Oh, a beautiful Lux stun, but the Nami is going to be able to at least save Ashe with that ultimate. Middle turret And all of a sudden, Select Quote just said, wait, guys, we're losing. They came to their senses and they said, wait, we're losing all of a sudden. We have to turn this around. And just like that, they're going to get 2 additional turrets. And gold is now tied. With that turret right there, Select Quote is officially ahead of gold in from Wellsky. But we're going to see some fights in the jungle. Aurelia, just a manly man's man, is just, I think, reliving the good old days as Renekton. Maybe they got their kills and deaths mixed up, but instead of 8 kills this game, they have 8 deaths. That person, that Aurelia is not nearly as strong as the Renekton was last game. At the 20-minute mark, we have Baron spawning. And 2 minutes ago, I would have said that Wellsky was heading right there because they were far enough ahead. But with gold almost tied now, and Select Quote, the opportunity to go back and buy and use some of that gold, it might not be so obvious a choice. We've got a push coming in, though, from Wellsky through all the lanes right now. Malphite, though, in trouble with Rammus coming in from behind. I said that Rammus with the extra speed was going to be helpful. LeBlanc just absolutely destroying Brand. The Aurelia and Lux doing work in the bottom lane. We are now at the point where we are just trading kills back and forth. 7-17. Aurelia is on the board with 1 kill officially. And this is all of a sudden turning into a really messy game. Select Quote finally coming back with some kills. Most of them going to Rammus at this point. One of those champions I said was going to be come in handy in this match. That speed can be really disorienting when all of a sudden you see a Rammus where you didn't think the Rammus was going to be. But Brand walking right into the LeBlanc. LeBlanc gonna get hit though with a lot of damage and does not make the right movements. Brand is going to be able to just demolish with the help of his team. And Select Quote, now 8-17. They are ready to bring this game back. They said, hey, I've got plans after this. We cannot go to the a game 3. We need to win this one. But it looks like Aurelia might be caught. Rammus jumping into the middle, fully caught and fully in the middle of every single piece of CC. Rammus though is winning and so tanky. 4v1, waited long enough for his team to get there. The shield coming in from Lux, but it's not gonna be enough, or is it? It's not gonna be enough. But Xin does have to give his life in trade for the kill on Rammus. Bubble finally missing, but the Malphite ultimate hitting all 3 members of Select Quote, and so much damage. Everybody is going down. We've got 2 members of Select Quote left after that absolute massacre in the jungle there, in that middle river. Tristana and Lux look to be going to grab the dragon for their team to attempt to tie it 2 dragons to 2 dragons. Ashe is up though. The ultimate coming from Lux, which is an interesting way to do that, but I know that they want to grab it as quick as they can. And Lux's ultimate does not take long to go up. Ashe did just put her flying crow, whatever it's called, her vision. So they did know that the dragon was being taken, but there was not much that they could do about it. Everybody is officially back up. We're going to see a big reset. Lots of gold being redistributed to other players here. So all of a sudden, we've got a very, very interesting game on our hands. Select Quote is leading by about 2,000 gold. Still trailing in kills, 13 to 20. For all you bronze players out there that think kills are the most important thing in the game, it's not. Aurelia going in on the LeBlanc, though. This is a really interesting until Rammus gets there, and then it just turns into LeBlanc getting to watch a gray screen for the next 40 seconds. We've got Aurelia finally starting to be a little bit more relevant in the game. Going in 1v2 on the Nami, going to get the kill, but for Lux, not feeding the Aurelia anymore at this point. Lux has more kills. Rammus just going in because nobody can stop him. But the slows coming in from Ashe is going to be a lot, but I think he's doing more with his Thornmail than Ashe is doing in damage. Malphite getting a little bit too deep is going to have to ult out of the way of danger. Select Quote just slowly taking over this game. The push is in favor of Select Quote at the moment, so we'll see if they can get anything else done here. We'll see if they can get any more turrets. If they can snag another kill or two, that could mean an inhibitor, could mean a Baron. But Lux really out of position right now, going to get caught. And Select Quote, instead of catching somebody else out, is the team to get caught out. So that is definitely not going to be the Baron, but is now turning the tempo over to Wellsky. Let's see, is Wellsky, though, going to be a little bit interested in this Baron? They're going to start it. Aurelia up in the top lane. Rammus actually back in base. I know he's fast, but I don't think he's quite that fast. The Baron's going down already, half done. Aurelia is just trying to get that turret down, does succeed. I don't think they even know that they're getting Baron, but they do now. And Aurelia is going to try to back as quick as they can. Dragon, though, is going to be the next objective in oh my goodness, that was close. He actually got that on Aurelia. Landed it, but it was too late. Rammus just taking some of that jungle before Dragon spawns. Be clearing some vision. Looks like Aurelia going back up to the top lane, so we're gonna see some action down here by the Dragon Pit. I really wish I knew how long it was until Dragon spawned, because it looks like Aurelia might be doing some damage to another turret here. But we've got 5 members of Wellsky pushing down the mid lane, and honestly, with Baron, I think Aurelia might have to go back at this point, but I don't know. The top lane push is strong. Wellsky, Aurelia does get the tower first, but this might end badly for Wellsky if they don't get this tower here quick. A lot of damage being done. The ultimate coming through. Rammus going in is going to be tanking for a long time, but not quite as long as it was before. Rammus going down. They are going to get the kill on Malphite. A lot of damage coming through. And Aurelia continues to push as their team is getting taken out. This turret, as well as the inhibitor, are going to go down. Can Brand make it out? Or is Xin going to get that kill as well? The stun comes in, and the inhibitor is going to go down. But Aurelia actually got the inhibitor of Wellsky first. Aurelia is going to go down to LeBlanc, but did a lot of damage to that Nexus turret. Now we're going to see Wellsky move towards that Dragon. And with 4 members of Select Quote watching their death screens, they're going to get this dragon for free. So they did get Baron. They did get Dragon. They did get quite a few more kills. But Aurelia did some damage to the base. Aurelia got that top inhibitor. Aurelia almost took down that Nexus turret. This is turning into a very, very interesting game. We're going to see the resets come in. We're going to see some posturing and warding and vision collecting around the Baron pit. That is going to be the next objective to come up. Malphite getting ready, seeing that the Rammus is the target and not going in. The taunts coming out from Rammus. I don't know, Rammus has been tanky this game, but that last fight, he wasn't quite as tanky. He did not last quite as long as he has in the 1v4s in the past. Aurelia is pushing in the bot lane, but backing now. Apparently that was far enough. Not going to push all the way to the turret this time. Ooh, and Xin getting real close. Rammus is going to be able to run away and get out with his life. But we're going to see some prepping for Baron here. Vision going down. Malphite pushing that bottom lane out. And LeBlanc getting caught out in the jungle is going to hit the blast cone and going to be able to jump away to safety, but we're going to see at least Wellsky got the Scuttle Crab. Baron is spawning in 1 minute and 26 seconds. Thank you so much, Xin, for pinging that out for us. So in 1 minute and 24 seconds, we'll be seeing the next objective, the next big objective coming up. And Wellsky is all of a sudden spending quite a bit of time in their base, having to take care of those super minions. I think Select Quote is kind of struggling right now, trying to figure out, do we keep pushing? Do we keep getting objectives? Do we take the jungle? What do we do here? They were kind of moving back and forth there for a little bit. LeBlanc, though, all LeBlanc needs to do is catch one person out. Aurelia just waiting up in the top jungle here, waiting for that Ashe to come even a little bit closer. Oh, there comes the Ashe, and she sees Aurelia. So that sneaky move isn't going to work. Is not going to work. Baron is back in the pit. And Chemtech Dragon, the next dragon, is just about 1.5 minutes away. Are we going to see a fight for Baron before Dragon comes up? We've got Wellsky pinging at the Baron pit. I think that no, they don't have vision, so they might have thought that that Select Quote was on it, which I think they're going to now. They've got those super minions pushing, and for some reason, all of Wellsky is backing. They're all going back, and so is Select Quote. They must be prepping for Dragon over Baron at this point. Everybody's saying Dragon is coming up in less than a minute here. 52 seconds. We got to back. We got to get ready. Because this is going to be soul for Wellsky. If they can secure this dragon, they care about that more at this point. They would be okay with grabbing Chemtech's soul at this point. Xin is going to try to grab Aurelia, going to do a lot of damage, half health already. Arrow comes through, but it hits Rammus as Aurelia flashes away. Malphite coming in to try to finish her off, but they're just going to kill the tank first. Lot of damage going down after that Brand ultimate, and Lux coming in is going to grab is going to try to grab the kill on LeBlanc. So much going on. And Malphite trying to ultimate and do anything. Aurelia is not going to go down. Kills coming through on both sides, but only Nami remains on the side of Wellsky. 3 remain on Select Quote. What a game this has been. What a game this has been. We've got pings from Select Quote towards the dragon. Looks like Rammus is going to start it. And I'm guessing Xin still has 7 seconds before he's up. With Brand's help, they are going to finish this dragon and bring it to 3 dragons each. They do know that they're grabbing it. Now all focus goes to the Baron. Except for Aurelia's. Manly Man's man is focused on split pushing. Wellsky's top inhibitor has respawned at this point, so they are no longer getting the super minions. So Brand is going to clear that giant minion wave out as all of Wellsky is heading towards the mid lane, and I assume potentially to Baron. They want to be ready. They're all here and ready to go. We're seeing those wards come out, getting some vision down. Clearing some vision. And Wellsky definitely has the vision over Rammus just going in on the Malphite. LeBlanc waiting and ready to go, but misses the chain on the Lux. Does so much damage, but Lux does get out alive. Lux is going to stick around though. So we'll see if that low health comes back to bite them. Lux did not go back. They're starting. Rammus is going to try to grab that Scuttle Crab. So much damage, and he does grab the Scuttle Crab, which is scaring Wellsky a little bit. Rammus is getting really close, but not quite hitting Malphite. Malphite's pretty tanky at this point, too. Rammus is just taunting with that wheel. The Lux ultimate coming in, dealing some damage to Nami. But we're just kind of seeing some poking. LeBlanc, though, going down around the bot side to see if they can get a flank in. I think Aurelia knew that he was there, though. There is a ward. And Malphite is going to clear it out so LeBlanc can properly flank this time. Aurelia going to clear the bot lane. The rest of Wellsky really staying in the middle there. Select Quote in the middle. Tristana, Brand, they need to play it a little bit careful here. All of a sudden, Select Quote is splitting up. They are 1-3-1 right now with all of Wellsky in the middle. So Wellsky needs to get something done. They are pushing. They caught the Lux, and Lux is going down. Aurelia and Rammus are coming in, though, so they are down. But if they can catch Rammus on the way up, Rammus is kind of in the middle there. Rammus has been very aggressive at this point, up until this point. LeBlanc is going to wait and see if she can grab a kill while the rest of her team finishes Baron off. Half health already. Lots of damage going in on Aurelia, but Aurelia is pretty tanky. Rammus trying to go in, but I think that's a little bit too early to try to grab the smite. Lots of damage going in on Baron. It comes down to the smite, and Xin Chao grabs Baron for Wellsky. The fight continues. Nami is going to go down. Double kill for Aurelia, and Wellsky is going to also get the kill on Brand. But the deaths are coming in on both sides. Brand is down for Select Quote, 2 down for Wellsky, but Wellsky does secure the Baron. So the good thing is this will make it very easy for the 3 remaining members of Wellsky to hopefully keep their base as intact as possible. And LeBlanc is trying to go in and get aggressive on Tristana, but only getting to about half health. But yeah, the Baron empowered minions are making it really strong. Rammus over in the bottom lane, though, is going to get some damage on that turret, but it's going to run away as Malphite. Malphite's coming up here. Dragon Soul is being pinged. Whoever gets this in 41 seconds, this next dragon is going to be the last elemental dragon of the game. Whoever gets this dragon is going to secure Chemtech Soul and have that for the remainder of the game. Those Baron empowered minions are doing work though. Ram is going straight for the LeBlanc. She dashes away, but he still catches, taunts. He isn't able to do enough damage. She's able to get the Zonia's Hourglass off and get away as Malphite comes in to clean house. Lux goes down. A melee man's Guardian Angel pops. Tokes is dead. LeBlanc is dead. Everybody is going down. 2 for 2 so far. Malphite is ready to flash in and try to secure the kill on Aurelia. Aurelia goes down. Rammus goes down. And Wellsky with Baron has control. Brand is still alive, but I don't know how much Brand is going to be able to do against 3 members, 3 Baron empowered members. They are going to grab this inhibitor, and let's see if they're interested in going for more. They are going to do their best to finish this game off right here and right now. They said, we don't care about what plans you have, select quote. We want to go to game 3. Wellsky takes the game, takes game number 2, and we are moving on to game number 3. What an incredibly exciting game that was. Man, that was exciting. Congratulations to Wellsky for evening this out and making this a series. What a good game. That was absolutely anybody's game. But Wellsky come out and take it. Congratulations to the people that predicted Wellsky. 100% of the votes went to Wellsky. And what a match. Select quote, almost had it back. They almost took control. So as soon as we give these guys a second to regroup, to figure out what is the plan going into game 3, now that 2 of their teams are now unpickable. Using the Fearless draft, the players that have been played so far, the champions that have been played so far cannot be played again. So we are going through these teams' champion pools and really seeing what kind of depth we're going to see here. So select quote gets to choose side. So it looks like they have switched again. So Wellsky is going to be on the red side and select quote is going to be on the blue side. Welcome everybody. Sifu, welcome as a first-time chatter. Blazing Raptor, the ADC on Wellsky is my son. Well, congratulations. Your son just helped pull out the victory in that match. It was a fantastic match. Uh-oh. We just went right into draft. Okay, we canceled it. We're good. All right, give everybody a second here. Oh, it was a great game. Fantastic game, and I'm really hoping that game 3 is more of the same. I'm gonna end up losing my voice for tomorrow, but it is all gonna be worth it if we get another match like that. So they are working on readying up in the draft website. So give us one more second here. Let me switch back over to the draft page so you guys can see what is going on. They need life insurance after that one. What is your favorite cereal? Bengali noodle? If that's how you say your name, that is a good question. I would leave it up to chat to make sure you put your favorite cereal in the chat. The band site might be messed up. Mine says wait for red. There we go. I had to refresh. Man, favorite cereal. That's a tough one. Favorite cereal is I'm usually classic. Something like Life, Cheerios, Frosted Flakes. Unfortunately, Nick wants to see the fiddle, and that is the very first ban of game number 3. Paranoia says best cereal is Cocoa Pebbles mixed with Reese's Cup Minis. Now, that is a hot take if I've ever heard one. I was going to say I agree with Bengali there. I'm okay with some Reese's Cups, but I don't know. Cocoa Pebbles might be a little bit too much chocolate for me. We're going to see Fiddlesticks, Smolder, and Mundo banned from Wellsky again. And we're going to see Jinx. Oh my gosh. Vigar and Hovering the Amumu. The Amumu is going to be banned from the select quote side. I think this is fair. After the performance that we saw on Rammus, Amumu, I think, is a pretty solid next kind of choice in that. Just like they banned the Pantheon last time for Renekton, I think that Amumu would be a very similar force to be reckoned with, like Rammus was. So, what is your favorite fast food restaurant that starts with a W? What is your favorite eukaryote? I am not smart enough to know the answer to that one. But as far as fast food goes, not gonna lie, I'm not a fast food person. I will make a turkey sandwich, a cold turkey sandwich at home before I'm interested in much fast food. I would not say that I have a favorite fast food place. All right, we're going to see a Xayah versus a Jhin. The Tom Kench also getting locked in for the side of select quote. This is going to be a fun game already. I love the picks like Tom Kench. Just being able to see different matchups, different champions every game is going to make this whole season very, very fun. A tanky pick coming in from both sides for the supports. Tom Kench versus the Nautilus. That is, man, this is going to be so much fun. The shenanigans that you can get into with those champions, the tankiness of those champions is a lot. It's a lot of tank already. Ooh, we got the Cassante lock-in from Wellsky, adding a little bit more tank to their top lane. So we're going to have to see where this ends up fitting into the rest of the comp. While we go through the rest of these picks and bans, make sure you check out all of the companies that are scrolling along the bottom of your of your screen there. Thank you so much to Dick Ray Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. You have been absolutely amazing and supportive of the KC Game On and Corporate Esports Cup mission. Thank you for helping us make this entire event and experience and season a reality. Appreciate it very much. We also appreciate our other sponsors, Henderson Engineers, Select Quote, Wellsky, our sponsoring companies, as well as participating, and of course KC Game On for making this all happen. All of the volunteers of KC Game On that are making this entire event and every single other event that KC Game On puts on possible. Big, huge shout out to all of them. All right, we've got a Darius lock-in from Select Quote, and then the bans to round out the final game of week 1. Way and Nocturne from Select Quote, Viego and Master Yi from the side of Wellsky. Thank you so much for banning the Master Yi, one of my perma bans. I absolutely hate playing with or against a Master Yi, because if you're playing against a Master Yi, it's the best Master Yi that's ever played, and if you're playing with a Master Yi, he's going to be the worst Master Yi you've ever seen in your entire life, guaranteed. So the Sejuani lock-in coming from Select Quote, and we've got Lilia being locked in for Wellsky. And who are we going to see playing in the mid lane for Wellsky and Select Quote? Those are the two positions left to be picked. Zillion coming out for Wellsky. That's a fun one. Probably another one of those safe picks. But the Zillion versus Malzahar matchup should be a good one. I'm gonna put the prediction back on the screen. And give you guys another 10 minutes to vote, because we still have a handful of minutes before we get into game. Looking at this pick and ban phase, who do we have winning game number 3? Who do we have coming out victorious in this series as a whole? Who is winning this match? Wellsky, Fountain Divers, or Select Quote Squadron? This is for all the marbles. Double or nothing. The winner takes all. Game 3 of week 1 of the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup 2026. The teams are currently going through the pick and ban phase again, just for League of Legends client's sake, because we have to. And then we will have our quick 3-minute spectator delay. W casting from KC Game On. Thank you so much. Thank you for that, Nick. I appreciate it. It's been a while since I have shoutcasted some League of Legends, so I apologize for being a little bit rusty, but it is fun coming back. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to be able to do this for the next couple of weeks. This is one of those things I did about, actually now that I think about it, probably about 10 years ago for KC Game On. It was about 10 years ago that I started attending KC Game On LAN parties. We started hosting some big League of Legends tournaments, and I was not nearly good enough to play in them, so I helped shoutcast the League of Legends tournaments. All right. Bengali Noodle put everything on Wellsky. We are seeing some major predictions this game already, but Sliver No Mikey saying that Select Quote is going to take the W. Wellsky, their ADC is the best of value brand faker. I love it. I love all the chat. Appreciate everybody for being here and enjoying this right along with me. Picks and bans are locked in. The players have another 50 seconds to finish locking in their loadouts. And then we go into our 3-minute spectator delay where my trusty helper and assistant, Nick, will play a couple of ads for us. And if you don't want to see those ads, feel free to drop a Prime subscription. If you're not familiar with what that is, if you have Amazon Prime already, if you pay the yearly subscription for Amazon Prime, they give you a free Twitch subscription to use every single month. So if you have your accounts linked, your Amazon and your Twitch account, and you have Prime, you have a Prime sub. So make sure you go and drop that in here. If you have a subscription to the channel, you don't get ads. So whether it's a Prime sub, whether it is a regular subscription to the Casey Game On channel, not only do you get to watch League of Legends every Thursday night ad-free, but you also get to watch Marvel Rivals on Tuesday nights, as well as Rocket League and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on Wednesday nights, completely ad-free. So definitely hit those subscribe buttons if you don't want ads and you want to just continue looking at my beautiful face. Otherwise, remember that if you don't use your Prime sub, you're giving that money to Jeff Bezos. Don't give Jeff Bezos any more money. Just give that, just donate that extra $2.50 to Casey Game On. We will put it directly back into bringing esports and gaming and fun back to the Kansas City community. Definitely not what Jeff Bezos is doing. That's for sure. All right, 2 minutes left in our spectator delay, and we are going to jump into this extremely exciting game 3. I'm super excited. I hope you can tell. I hope that my voice doesn't give out before this is over. I'm gonna have to drink some more water here. This has been an exciting 2 games already. You do also have a couple more minutes here to place your predictions. We are seeing 1,330 points towards Wellsky and 690 points towards the prediction of the Select Quote Squadron taking the W. This is pretty standard for the last 2 games. We've seen Wellsky come out ahead in the predictions, but they've only come out ahead in one of the games so far. So we'll see what ends up happening here. But make your predictions. You have a couple minutes left there. Earn some extra channel points, and because you're gonna want those channel points in the coming weeks. In the coming matches, there's going to be even more predictions. So make sure you tune in on all the other nights. Tune in on Tuesday and Wednesday night so that you can amass those channel points so that come Thursday night, when your team is playing in League of Legends, you have that many more channel points to put behind them. I don't know. I hear it gives them a little bit of a boost in game. The more channel points you put, the better chance that they have. Welcome in, Jaywalker. I'm pretty sure we saw you in the last game, but welcome into the Twitch chat. You should probably be focusing up though, but welcome into chat and cheering on Wellsky from Twitch. All right, and as long as everything goes the same way that it did in the last game, we have our game. All right, jumping in to game number 3. Wellsky, Fountain Divers versus Select Quote Squadron. I do have to fix my my names again. Give me 1 second. Wellsky, Fountain Divers versus Red Team. We're seeing some action already, but I can't see it. All right, Lilia doing some damage. Red score, we got to change to 1 as well. Tied up 1-1. The other thing I wanted to do... I'm going to try to figure out how to turn on timers really quick. Okay, it says press N. Let's see what that does. Oh, hey, look at that. Timer's down here. That works. They're not on the mini-map. They're right there. All right. So we've got both junglers this time starting up in the top half of the jungle. So a little bit different start from both of them. Lots of damage and action going on in the bot lane, but mostly just the tanks taking a little bit of damage. We're gonna see some trading back and forth here. Darius though getting some damage down on Cassante. Forcing the flash. He knew if he took one more auto, he was probably gonna die from that bleed. Flash in from the Darius for the first blood. Beautiful kill, and a manly man's man on Darius is going to start us off with first blood very, very early in the game. Teleport back from Cassante, though, is going to mean he's not losing too much. The push coming in from Select Quote in the bottom lane, as well as in the top lane. But as the junglers move to the bottom lane, I'm going to be really interested to see what happens down there. See who makes it down to the bot lane first. Like I'm Travi is manifesting a Wellsky W. If they can turn it around and reverse sweep this series, that'd be a fantastic storyline for week 1. I can't imagine what Nick would be writing for the script for the rest of the season if he worked up a reverse sweep in the first week. A hook coming in from Nautilus, grabbing onto the Tahm Kench. A lot of damage going down, but Jhin able to be at least scary enough to draw Xayah away. Sejuani coming in and is going to deal some damage, but gonna take a bomb and be on their way. All right, Lilia moving towards the mid. Oh, well, we got another hook on Jhin, forcing the flash, and we're going to get a kill onto the Tahm Kench. He's tanky, but not quite that tanky. Flash is coming out from the mid laner. Sejuani coming back. We've got the junglers here, but they're able to take out the Zilean. Got too aggressive, trying to get that stun on Malzahar, and it didn't work out for him. Didn't quite work out. So Lilia's going to get a little bit of the farm in mid lane while they wait for Zilean to come back. Good luck to both teams. Casey Game On is very agnostic when it comes to cheering for teams. I just hope that everybody has a good time. Definitely have the aggressive manly man's man in Darius coming out in full force again this game. Panning out a little bit better than it did with the Aurelia last game so far. But otherwise, everybody's just kind of farming, taking their time. They know how important this game is. They know that this one is for all the marbles. Ooh, Nautilus getting close, showing himself, getting aggressive, getting ready to grab, getting ready to hook. But Sejuani is right there in the bottom jungle. Darius able to grab the Cassante, is level 6 before Cassante. He's gonna deal some damage, but gonna get out. We're gonna get another pull onto Jhin. Lots of damage coming out. Cassante getting really low, but the action is going on in the bot lane. Sejuani coming in, and Nautilus is going to go down. but the kill is going to go over to Tom Kench. So unless we're feeding the fish, that was not ideal. But a kill coming back to select quote nonetheless. Lilia making her way down to the bot lane, but sees that select quote is resetting and is going to go continue farming. As everybody is in the midst of hitting 6, this is where the game starts to get interesting. Lots of damage coming on to Malzahar. He really wanted to get that last minion, but ult comes in as Sejuani comes from the backside. Ultimate from Zilean going down, and he's going to resurrect, but is he going to be able to do anything? Throws out a bomb, but silenced and not able to do anything else. Kill coming in to select quote. 4-1 to select quote. While that's happening though, Wellsky says at least we have the opportunity to grab Dragon while Sejuani is busy in the mid lane. So a kill for Dragon. Some would say that's worth. Some would say that I don't know what other people would say. Silver in the chat mentioning the CS difference in the top lane. 50 CS to 20 for Cassante. Definitely is rough. This is definitely, top lane is going a little bit more reminiscent of the first game where Renekton really ran away with the show. But not quite as crazy. The hook coming out onto Nautilus again. Lilia in the back. Not going full aggression, but just making sure that they deal a lot of damage. Oh, and too far. Lilia looks like a misclick. Decided to click a little bit too far. Maybe they thought they were still a little bit tankier like they were last game. Goes under the turret and ends up losing their life for it. Another kill goes over to select quote. And actually goes on the carry this time. Ooh, lots of damage going down in the stun. And Tom is able to eat Nautilus. He's going to flash out, but he's still going to lose his life. Jhin is able to count to 4. And oh my goodness, predicts the Xayah movement. But Xayah does ult, is going to get a lot of damage on Tom, slows down, and if he gets the last shot, Xayah is going down. Very, very, very low health bars, but the bot lane of select quote is really, really at an advantage now. 3 kills on Jhin, 4 kills total on that bot lane, 7-1 kills for select quote overall. And the top lane CS discrepancy is only getting bigger. 73-23 now. But we are at Cassante's tower, but Darius is really just pestering him. He knows that he can go super aggressive because Sejuani is right there for him. Sejuani, though, making their way back to mid lane, grabbing that scuttle crab, and gonna be making their way back mid lane, but it looks like Zilean sees it, so Zil should be safe for the moment. Ooh, is gonna ult. He saw the Sejuani activating their going back to base, so decided to get aggressive again, and that's when the ultimate comes in from Malzahar. The Lilia finally getting here into the mid lane, going to force the flash from Malzahar, is able to get Sejuani to fall asleep, but not enough damage coming through on the Sejuani. The ignite taking away on Malzahar. Probably wasn't ignite coming from Lilia though. Maybe she smited him. Very, very close to death on that from from the Malzahar, but everybody survived. There's a lot used there, that's for sure. We have 55 seconds until the next dragon is up. Thank you to the timers that I figured out how to get. And the aggression continues in top lane. Darius is just putting in some work against Cassante, doing a lot of damage, uses the ghost, forces the flash, and is just faster with the ghost and gets the 1v1 solo kill. Hook comes out onto Tom Kench down in the bot lane, though. Lilia is down there, knowing that the dragon is spawning in 20 seconds. They want to get a push going on in the bot lane, but both Malzahar and Sejuani are coming down to help clear out vision, to help prep this dragon. 10 seconds to go, and they are... Select Quote is ready to go for this dragon. Darius claiming first turret for Select Quote. And Select Quote is starting that dragon. Lily is there, but none of the rest of her team is. It's 4v1 if Lily goes in. I think she's just going to have to give it up and watch that dragon be taken. Each team now has their respective dragon, but kills 8-1 in favor of Select Quote. They are almost 6,000 gold ahead at the moment, and I foresee some objective bounties coming out pretty darn soon here with that kind of gold disadvantage. More trading going on in the bot lane. Oh, Cassante way out of position. Going to just be in trouble again here. Lilia needs to come up and help. Cassante is going down for the second time in a row. Darius running away. Lily is going to have to jump in and help out here pretty darn quick. Otherwise, we're going to have another Renekton situation on our hands. But unfortunately, the help does not need to come in right now when it's 1v1. Lilia forced to flash away. The flash from the Darius follows, and another solo kill goes over to a manly man's man. Select Quote taking Wellsky for all they're worth right now, but Select Quote does come in and with the Sejuani get another kill on the Nautilus, which is going to make it harder to stick around as Xayah there. But luckily, we've got a couple of them resetting, so Xayah should be able to farm a little bit more here. 11 kills to 1 now in favor of Select Quote. Almost over 7,000 in gold. And Jeppy D just pinged Rift Herald for us, spawning in just under a minute now. So I think that's going to be the next objective that Select Quote is looking at. Lilia coming in and attempting to put Malzahar to sleep, but Tom is there to save the day. Sejuani not far behind, but Tom was enough to scare everybody off. Darius putting in the work is going to Cassante is gonna need some help up here. Not only the turret is going down, but Cassante is in trouble again. Without his flash up yet, there is not much that he can do about it. And I feel like that's going to be a pretty free Rift Herald if Select Quote want it. Lilia trying again to help take the Darius down, but again, just a little bit too late. And the ultimate from Darius doing so much damage, able to secure the unofficial triple kill. This game is going in favor of Select Quote very, very quickly. Xayah trying to turn around. Flash ultimate is going to get the kill on Jhin, but is it too little too late? Xayah gets her first kill of the game. but has to use quite a bit for it. Has to use that flash. Rift Herald is defeated by Sejuani. Select Quote now has that in their pocket. Almost 10,000 gold difference between these two teams now in favor of Select Quote. As soon as Darius went through, it was foretold. Oh, the ultimate coming in onto the Zillion. He's going to ult himself, but I don't know what he can do at this point. He is going to run away really fast, but the ultimate for Sejuani is going to grab him and auto attack, but he's really fast. He is just going to be able to run right out of there. Luckily, Darius is not in the way right there anymore. Darius is in the mid lane. Darius is going to... Oh no, Zillion does finally fall to the Kassanti. Or, sorry, to the Sejuani. But, there are turrets falling. Turrets falling. Darius is in the mid lane with the Rift Herald. Sejuani in the top lane. We do have Nautilus stunned on the bot side. Xayah not helping out. Lilia is there to make sure he gets away safely, but Darius just took down the middle inhibitor turret. That is 2 inhibitor turrets down at 17 minutes into this game. Drake is up. Objective bounties are up, but Lilia is not in a position to be able to help with any of those things. Nautilus doing anything he can to get out of the way of Darius, but 8 kills in, and I don't think there's any stopping this Darius anymore. Very, very quickly snowballing in the way of Select Quote. They are going to go and grab that dragon to secure their second dragon of the game, as well as the Select Quote bottom lane is attempting to crack through the first turret, while their lane partners have all gotten their inhibitor towers already. Getting the last remaining turrets. Xayah is going to ult, but unfortunately to not much success. Ooh, Malzahar went really low with that tower shot. Sejuani going aggressive though as Tom Kench comes from the top to assist. Darius though just running around. I think this is what we call trolling. Darius just handing over, attempting to hand over some much needed shutdown gold. 1v4ing at the moment under the tower, but not doing quite as much as he was probably hoping to do. Is going to go down with not much to show for it. This is why we don't troll, kids. While he is very much ahead, Darius did not stand much of a chance 1v4 under tower in base like that. Lots of fighting going on in the bottom lane here as they try to get the remaining bottom turrets here. Ults coming out from Sejuani and Jhin. We've got Lilia going down very quickly here. And this turret is not going to be around for much longer either. Nautilus being so low is almost taken out by Tom Kench. The missed hook is not going to help Xayah secure that. He's a little bit too tanky for a couple of auto attacks. Xayah has not finished her second item yet. Ultimate coming out. Oh no, whoa no! The ultimate expired and the Darius bleed took Zillion out. Wow. Handing another kill over to the Darius. Alright, the final remaining inhibitor turret is down. The first inhibitor is going down. The second inhibitor is almost down. And Wellsky needs to do something. They're trying as hard as they can to kill this Darius, but I don't think they're going to be able to. He's getting too much healing. He does eventually go down, but at what cost. Everybody on select quote is very low. Malzahar goes down. Zaya goes down, as well as Kasanti, as soon as Sejuani gets in the mix here. And it's a fair 5-on-5 fight. Select quote really starts to take over. And Jin is doing his best not to die to the Zillion. Zillion does have his ultimate. Oh, Jin is going to be saved from the bomb. And Zill is just going to run away. Zillion knows he's not winning this 3-on-1. But there's not much else that he can do because minions are coming in from every single lane at this point. Zillion is going to get the reset, and luckily the rest of Wellsky is back up. Select quote is going to reset and make sure that they are using up their gold and spending it before they don't have an opportunity to. So now Wellsky has the opportunity to get all these minions just fed directly to them via these super minions. But unfortunately, that means that select quote is eyeing that Baron. Well, Darius is eyeing some more kills. Darius is eyeing some kills, but looks like select quote has started the Baron. We've got 3 members on it. Tom Kench on the way. But Darius is just hanging out in base. He's going to keep him busy down here. Even if they do know that Baron is being taken right now. Lilia just pinged it, but they know that there is nothing that they can do about it. Baron is going down for free. And Darius is going to be... Oh no, I don't know if he meant to do that or not. He had Baron empowered minions in the base. He's going to go out, wait for the rest of his team. But it looks like the rest of the team is heading straight to Dragon. Select quote, playing it safe here, really doing the right thing and going and getting those objectives. Not trying to rush this, not trying to overcommit and lose this before. This is their game to lose at this point. So they are making sure that they play it correctly. Darius just making sure that he keeps everybody corralled in base while the rest of the team just takes every objective they've ever wanted. 14,000 gold difference. And we're going to see a final push here from select quote. Baron empowered, 3 Drakes in, and they are ready to take over. They are ready to take this series and win week 1. Baron empowered minions, they are going to get that last inhibitor. Wellsky, what's the plan? Where are we going? Wellsky needs to do something. We've got Zillion out here on the side, just kind of chasing people around, trying to get enough damage on Jin. Jin is very, very low. Zillion trying to throw some bombs in, but being chased by the Darius flash coming in, hook, and this is the ultimate from Zillion coming out, but is he going to be able to live? Darius doing his best to make sure that nobody lives. Malzahar ultimate. The fight is being taken into the fountain, but we're actually seeing some trades back and forth as the minions take the towers out. 2 for 2 right now as the minions win the game for select quote. Wellsky quickly killing off another member of select quote, finally killing the Darius, but now they're doing everything that they can. Zaya going down to minions. The minions are gonna win the game. Good game to select quote and to Wellsky. Select quote takes game 3 in a very, very quick manner. 25-minute game, sub 25-minute game. Congratulations to Select Quote for being the winners of week 1 of the League of Legends Corporate Esports Cup, Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup, powered by Dick Ray Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Congratulations to Select Quote. What an amazing couple of games to watch. What an amazing start to week 1 of this series. Huge shout out to these teams for playing their hearts out and working through a couple technical difficulties and making sure that this was an absolute blast for everybody watching. Thank you so much to Dick Ray Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling for powering and really making the Corporate Esports Cup making it actually run this year. They are so supportive of the mission of KC Game On and the Corporate Esports Cup and everything that we're doing. It's been great to see, as well as the other supporting companies, Henderson Engineers, SelectQuote, Wellsky, and KC Game On. Thank you to all the companies participating in the event at all. If you know of any other companies that are interested in participating, make sure you send them the links to some of these matches. Make sure you send them the Twitch link so they can see what they're missing out on. See what fun these companies are having. See the employees of these companies having a good time. It's a really, really cool event that we're able to put on here. So make sure you tune in on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. We're going to be live again on this channel with Marvel Rivals. JT, one of the best casters in the game, is going to be shoutcasting that game. On Wednesday, you've got the other legend of Kansas City shoutcasting in Twez is going to be casting Rocket League on Wednesday night at 7. And then at 8 o'clock, you've got Kosak and Big M are going to be casting Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Crew Battles here on this channel. And every Thursday night for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be here live with League of Legends. Hope you had as much fun as I did tonight, and I hope you have a fantastic night, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.